Hey y'all, thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to talk to you about 3 tips to help you win in anything you're doing in life. If you're trying to start a business, especially, okay? I'm going to help all my aspiring entrepreneurs. So let's speak about the first thing. The first thing that you want to do is invest. You want to invest in as much as you can. If you don't invest, how do you expect to receive, right? So first you have to start off by investing in your spirituality. You have to believe in something. You have to believe when the going gets tough, you want to have faith in something that lets you know that it's the outcome that's going to be greater. There's always a great reward on the other end of your sweat and your blood and your tears, okay? So next we're going to talk about the knowledge that you should invest in. You always should invest in knowledge. You have to learn before you earn, right? You cannot earn money if you're not a pro in your industry, right? And then being a pro in your industry doesn't mean you did something 5 or 10 times. No, it's repetitious. You have to learn the different things that may come up. There are different obstacles that may come up along the way. You have to learn how to strategize so that you can find solutions to help when things may come up. Because just like with college can teach you the practicality of a matter or a subject, but it can't teach you the everyday life experiences that may come up, the bumps in the road, things that may happen along the way. It doesn't teach you that. You really got to put some hours in. The next thing I want to talk to you about is investing your money. See, y'all thought I was going to say money first, didn't y'all? It's more to invest in just money. Yes, you want to invest your money. It's a very important part of it. You have to invest in learning tools. Everything that you try to go after that's free may not give you the full breakdown that you need, right? Sometimes you have to pay for the full extent of what you're looking to understand and learn. So if you're not willing to put the money up, if you're not willing to invest in marketing, if you're not willing to invest in buying anything towards your business, how do you expect to grow? Ask yourself that. You want to be able to grow in your business. You want to be able to scale your business to the next level or scale that thought into a business, right? You bringing it from the spirit realm into the physical. And in order to do so, first, you start off by what? Starting the business. You got to invest. You got to invest in different programs that you may need. If you're doing an online business, you got to invest in tools that you may need, your equipment, right? You have to put up some money. And it's like this. If you go to get any type of money or funding for your business, they're going to want to know what you got in the game. What type of money do you have invested up, or what type of other money have you raised up in order to make this vision possible? Because if you didn't invest anything and they looking at this report or this business plan, they're looking at this business plan and they're like, oh, we're not investing nothing. He don't have nothing. She don't have anything involved in it. Why should we risk it all when she's not willing to? Why should we risk it all when he's not willing to? So that's the main thing. Money is very important. Also with money, you do want to invest in your tithes. I don't care what nobody say. Life just flows so much easier when you invest in your tithes and your offering. If you still upset about tithes and offering, don't do it. But you have to come to a mindset where you're understanding that whatever I give gonna come back to me. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will mean given to your bosom, right? So how do you expect people to come and invest in you if you're not willing to invest first? You have to do the first investment in anything with money, okay? So that's another thing, because if you got a product or service that you're pushing, you can't be sitting there talking, y'all won't support me. Y'all won't support me. What did you support? What did you put the time and the money in and the resources, right? Which is another thing. Put the time in. You got to invest your time. You got to invest your time. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this one too. That's another one important. If you don't invest your time into your business, doing what you have to do day in, day out, even when the numbers don't look good, even when the sales ain't coming in, you still got to show up every single day. You got to invest your time. This is like your child. This is like your baby. So you're investing time raising this child once you come home from the hospital, right? It's yours. You can't give it off on nobody else. Like, I mean, some people do, but a mature person ain't gonna be giving their child off to everybody else. They're gonna be nurturing that child. They're gonna be feeding that baby every couple hours. They got to invest their time in making sure that this baby is well taken care of to ensure its growth. You think of your business like a baby if you have to. Every time you get up and think about your business, up, time to go feed the baby, up, time to go change the baby. That means you changing your protocols and your steps. You found a new way to do something. If you feeding your baby, that means you're investing your time to make sure that people know that you're out there. It takes a person about an average of 14 times to see you before they actually decide to invest. So if you're not showing up and you're not putting the time in for yourself, how do you expect somebody else to see you and want to spend with you or invest with you? They're investing their time when they purchase your product or service because why? They looked at you, they got to investigate you, they got to come to your class, or they want to buy your book. That's time that they're spending in belief in your product or service. So if you haven't put no time into it, no thought or effort, why would they? I've read some books where people had spelling like all messed up. The spelling was just really out of character. I could understand a couple hiccups along the way, but I mean, on every page, that was a person that did not invest into making sure that somebody who knew how to spell words, or not even investing in a person to proofread their product, but investing in a software system. Heck, investing their time just by clicking spell checker on Word. You know, like it's the time and the effort that you put into it. And it goes to show, like, I don't know if the person has a spelling problem or not, but you seek help because there is people out there that can help you if you don't know how to do something. But you have to have more than one eye look at some things, especially when you're putting it out there and you're not really confident in your spelling ability, right? And this isn't to bash anybody. I ain't trying to bash nobody and what they do for their business. That's your business. But don't look for me to invest in my money and my time into your products from here on out because you can't spell. And I ain't trying to figure out what you was trying to say. I want to know exactly what you was saying. Say what you mean and mean what you say, right? Next one is strategize. So, what is your game plan? If you ever think about a game that you buy from the store, right? A board game, it's your first time playing it, you got to read the directions, right? The directions is the strategy on how to play to win. Think of your business as a game. Do you got a strategy that you have to play your game to win? Huh? Do you have a strategy in place? Do you have a roadmap to this is going to take me here. This is going to allow me to do this. This is where I'm trying to get. I got to get in the vehicle and go. I may have to put some pit stops along the way. What is your strategy? Are you out here just willy-nilly, just putting stuff out there, throwing it in the air to see what come back and what's good and what hit and what don't? Because see, a lot of times what I see too is with people that have like starting out in businesses, especially if you're a content creator or any type of social media influencer, when they're first starting out, I see people that are just starting out that actually they start off with like the basics, food or shopping, right? And that may be somebody's specific niche, but you're not really a chef. You're not really getting in that kitchen, getting down, cooking every single day. Why are you posting food videos? That's not you. That's not your true calling. That's not your true purpose. It's okay to do lifestyle. Now, if you're like a lifestyle blogger or something, content creator, then that's okay to show food from time to time. But if that's not in you, don't put that out there because you'll soon find yourself failing. You have to find your passion. You have to find your purpose. You know what your purpose and your calling is, but you just scared to move forward. So you try to figure out what everybody gonna like. And if you still worried about what everybody gonna like and getting everybody to like what you doing, they not. They gonna find a flaw. I don't care if you didn't have gloves on. They gonna find a flaw, okay? They gonna say you ain't wear no gloves. They gonna say you ain't wear something off. They gonna say you ain't clean your sink out first. They gonna say something. But you have to, once you know that this is what I want to do, and regardless of what somebody say, you're going to continue to move forward. That's when you know you in your true calling. But just posting food videos or walking into the store and posting stuff that you're buying and it's really not you. And it's okay because you know what? I did it too. Trust me. I was running from my calling and I did it too. I was trying to do mundane tasks, trying to throw it out there to see who was going to like me. But once I realized I had so much sweat equity in my own personal sacrifices that I had to endure, and I realized like what my sacrifices was, I said, oh, no, I can't afford to risk it all, not for me posting mundane stuff, right? And I began to walk in my purpose. I began to have more faith in myself because I thought about those days where I didn't have. I thought about the days where I struggled and sacrificed, and I'm like, I can't go back to that. Nope, no way. I thought about those sick days. You think about like having a condition such as myself, and you're not able to find the right people to get in front of in order to help you heal, because you got to depend on what's given to you. No, don't want it. Don't want to go back. So that's when you say, nah, it's time to stand up, be a big girl, put my big girl panties on, and let's get busy. Let's do what I was really called to do, because you know what it is that you really called to do. It's that passion. It's that thing that drives you and it motivates you. People might think that you raising your voice when you're talking, but really you're just so passionate about it. But you think it's natural. It's you. That's what you are designed to do. That's your calling. Stay in your lane. And I'm telling you this because I went through it, and it'll help you save yourself like a whole year or two. Before I even started my channel, I had another YouTube channel, and I really wasn't consistent. I was doing something on that channel that I was doing at that moment, which was work-wise. However, that wasn't my passion. And my passion was teaching others how to do it. It wasn't so much doing the work myself, but I had to do the work, which is investing my time in doing the work to show others that it's possible. I couldn't just say, hey, y'all, it's possible, and I never did it. Why? I mean, people wouldn't have took me serious. They'd be like, well, what did you get out of it? What did you do? So I really had to put myself out there in that, and it wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't what I was thrilled about doing, and I'm like, hold on. Step into your purpose now. It's time to walk. People need you. I'm sitting back being silent, and I'm seeing a lot of different mistakes. I'm making a lot of different mistakes. I don't want nobody else to have to prolong their success because they're making mistakes. And this is not to say that we're trying to be greedy. If you're walking with God, honey, He tells you to get to work immediately. He tells you to get right in it. Put your skin in the game, baby. Is your skin in the game? He wants you to get to work, and He gonna build you, and He's gonna work on your character. And that's a lot of times where we feel like, even me, I did at one point. We feel like we post one video, it's supposed to go viral. We feel like that one video is supposed to go viral. We ain't got to work no more. That's the end all be all, and we can post whenever we feel like it. Ain't no consistency in it, which gonna bring me to my next point. But we just haven't had a lot invested into it, and we think it's just supposed to come to us. But during the process, it was like God was working on me, okay? God was working on me in different areas for me to be able to sustain. So He's handling different things to check your heart posture, such as He's testing you. He's making sure that you know how to, when people try to talk about you, He gonna start with your family, right? And once I learned how to master the family and friends, once I learned how to stop responding to family and friends, then He gave me the test inside of the real world, with the business world, right? He started putting it in the comments through people. People was like, people was leaving some crazy stuff, and I was responding to it all over again. I was repeating the cycle, and I caught myself like, hold on, wait a minute. You can say what you want. I don't care. What are you doing? Well, let me go look at your channel. I started looking at their channel, and it helped me to be like, people ain't doing nothing for real. So why they talking, I'm doing. I'm getting paid to do. You talking. No, it's not worth the risk of losing everything by responding. So before He brought a lot of people to me, He really built up my character, because people going to say some negative stuff. Everybody not going to like you. And even if people do like you, they still may say something, because people are critical, right? You have to strategize. You have to really strategize in this game, and you got to lay out a roadmap, which is your business plan. You got to know exactly where you're trying to go, and allow the process to really just flow. Don't hold to every single detail, because what happens is when you put it out there, you may see that there's something better that you can do along the way. That's just an outline of where you're trying to go, so you'll know on paper, I'm trying to do this, and this, A, B, and C. And God will order your steps along the way, but you have to be willing to put that initial work in. And it's always hard initially, right? But it gets better over time. So as you're building your character, God begins to bring more people to you, because He know you can handle it, right? People sit up there all the time and be like, I ain't got no followers, I ain't got this, I don't got no views, what I gotta do? And once they say that, I take a look at them and I realize, I say, I can't tell them this like up front if they don't ask me, but I can tell y'all, because see, you choose to watch this video. Well, you got to work on your character. You still got a lot of growing to do. And if you're looking at the numbers, it's like you really got to cut off looking at the numbers. You just got to get busy. Stop looking at the numbers to determine if you're going to keep on going. Just keep going, okay? Because this is going to come eventually. Just keep putting yourself out there. See, a lot of times, not just God, but these social media platforms, they want to know that you're being consistent, because once they see that you're being consistent, they can push you to a larger audience, right? They're not going to push you to a large audience and you posting once a month or whenever you feel like it, which brings me to my next point. Be consistent, right? So if you want them to bring you more people and keep you in the algorithm, get busy, be consistent, show up, even when numbers don't look like it's numbering, okay? Even when it look like it's just at a plateau, it's just staying still, you know what I mean? Show up anyway, because you never know which video gonna take off. You never know which moment is gonna be the one for you. You don't know. Something that I found which was really funny, which is in comparison to this, but I watch a lot of videos too sometimes when I was going through my learning phase. And I used to see videos before and be like, oh, that's a year old, I ain't watching that. That's a year old, I ain't watching that. But I realized that God brings things to you at a point in times, right? So that message that was released a year ago, I might have been ready for it today. But if I rejected that message from a year ago on today, then I lost it all. I'm not ready for it. You know what I mean? So, and it always be a on time word that I need to hear in that moment. I don't care how old the message is, it still resonates for me at that moment. I look at people that aren't being consistent as one of three things. The first one is you don't believe in yourself. That's the first thing. You don't believe that you're capable of being who you are destined to be in order to help somebody. And a lot of that ties in with being a perfectionist. You know, I was a perfectionist, but being a perfectionist is really hard because you want things to be just a certain type of way when all people are looking for is that it's done. Like invest, don't get me wrong now, don't be having that whole book full of misspelled words. But you do want to invest some type of effort. Even though it's not perfect, it's not bad. You know, like I said before, you can have a couple of misspelled words in your book, but when it's on every page, you didn't put in the work. You didn't invest the time. So I look at you in that aspect. Number two, I look at you having a fear of what other people think of you. You worried about the fear of opinions of others, right? You worried about what people gonna say, if people gonna judge you, if people gonna look at your outfit, if people gonna look at your hair, your nails, your toes. I don't know. You, whatever it is that you fear about other people, that's what's holding you back. The fear of others' opinions. Then the third thing I look at it is you have a fear of letting people go. People, places, and things. You don't want to let lifestyles go. You don't want to let people go. You're afraid of losing friends. But guess what? You gain new ones. You're going to gain new ones when you change your address. You're going to gain new ones when you change your status, right? Your financial status. You're going to gain new friends because now you have things that are in common with those people. And it's more beneficial because what are your friends doing right now? Are your friends encouraging you? Are your friends lifting you up? Are your friends giving you ideas? Y'all shooting ideas back and forth? What are your current friends doing to benefit you for you to even want to stay? What are you losing by walking away from them? Even in the Bible, it say that God left the 99 and went after the one, right? So you got to lead a crowd to go after what you really want, right? And you're going to find out that that crowd's still sitting there waiting for you to come back because they just as lost theyself. They just as lost theyself, okay? Overall, with this message, I really just want you to get out of imprisonment with your mind, okay? Stop overthinking the process. Stop overthinking if it's for you. Stop overthinking if it can happen. You're not going to be an overnight success. I mean, you may down the line. It may just be a pivotal moment at this instant, but it's not overnight success because you have invested hours and hours and hours behind the scenes, right? Everything is mental. So get out of the mental imprisonment that you've put yourself in your mind, overthinking, right? And get busy. Get some results. Get in action mode, right? If you want to say you're not in a mental prison, I guarantee that you are if you haven't taken the next step forward. Like take one foot in front of the other, step by step, day by day. And you will stop warring with yourself about your decisions, like your own decisions. And you'll start believing in yourself. The more you do and the more you put yourself out there, the more you'll start believing with yourself and the less you'll be warring with yourself, right? So until next time, I thank you so much for tuning in. And until then, let's grow.